The Art of Emotional Control, Buddhist Teachings on Mastering Reactions. Introduction. Welcome to the Buddhist philosophy. Here, we explore profound lessons from Buddhist philosophy that can help you find inner peace and gain mastery over your emotions. Have you ever felt like your emotions were taking control, leading you to say or do things you later regret? It's easy to get swept up in anger, fear, or sadness. But what if I told you there's a way to take charge of these emotions and live a happier, more peaceful life? In this video, I'll share valuable insights from Buddhist philosophy on how to control your emotions. I'll also share my personal experiences to help you apply these teachings in your everyday life. Join the Buddhist philosophy on this journey of self-discovery and inner balance. 1. Why reacting isn't good for us. In our fast-paced world, reacting without thinking has become second nature. Whether it's in response to a challenging conversation, a frustrating setback, or an unexpected event, we often find ourselves swept away by the surge of emotions, unaware of the deeper consequences of these reactions. Buddhist philosophy, however, offers a path of mindfulness and reflection that can transform the way we respond to life's challenges. As the Buddha wisely stated, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This simple yet profound quote encourages us to harness the power of our mind to create a life of peace, rather than turmoil. Buddha's teaching here is a reminder that our thoughts are not fleeting, inconsequential moments, but rather the foundation of our reality. Every reaction we have shapes our character, our relationships, and ultimately, our destiny. When we react impulsively, we often allow fleeting emotions to control us, clouding our judgment and sometimes leading to irreversible mistakes. The power of pausing and observing, practical applications. Imagine a moment of tension, perhaps during an argument with a loved one. In this heated moment, our mind may race with thoughts of hurt, anger, and frustration. If we allow these emotions to dictate our actions, we risk saying things we don't truly mean, deepening conflicts, and even damaging the relationship. However, by embracing the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, we can train ourselves to pause and observe rather than immediately react. In my personal journey, I've found that during such moments, taking just a few seconds to breathe deeply and step back can make a world of difference. This mindful pause allows me to recognize my own feelings without becoming consumed by them. Instead of lashing out, I take a breath and observe what's happening within and around me. From this place of calm, I can better assess the situation and respond thoughtfully, choosing words and actions that reflect my true intentions rather than fleeting frustrations. Why reacting isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about self-mastery. The Buddhist approach isn't merely about avoiding conflict or maintaining harmony with others. At a deeper level, it's about mastering our own minds. Reactivity is a form of bondage. Our emotions control us rather than us controlling them. Buddhist teachings encourage us to break free from this cycle, to become the observer of our thoughts rather than their servant. In Buddhism, this process of observing without attachment is known as vipassana or insight meditation. This practice enables us to see emotions and thoughts for what they truly are, temporary and ever-changing. With regular practice, we develop a sense of inner detachment from emotions, realizing that they do not define us. By cultivating this skill, we no longer react blindly but rather choose our responses with wisdom and clarity, cultivating compassion in our reactions. Mindful responses not only benefit us but also those around us. When we respond to a situation with calm and understanding rather than anger or frustration, we create an environment of compassion. This aligns with the Buddhist principle of metta, or loving kindness, which teaches us to approach others with empathy and patience. By responding thoughtfully, we honor not only our own peace but also that of others. This shift can transform relationships and deepen connections. as it fosters a space where understanding and compassion thrive. For example, if a friend or family member says something hurtful, rather than reacting with defensive words, we can pause and consider their perspective. Perhaps they, too, are dealing with their own struggles. By responding with compassion, we are better equipped to diffuse the situation and even offer support rather than escalating the conflict. The path to inner peace and happiness. Ultimately, Buddhist philosophy teaches that peace and happiness come from within. By learning to respond mindfully rather than react impulsively, we cultivate a stable foundation of inner peace that is not easily shaken by external events. This practice transforms the way we experience life's challenges, allowing us to navigate them with grace and wisdom. Through the Buddhist Philosophy channel, I hope to continue sharing insights and practical applications from Buddhist teachings that can help each of us lead more peaceful, fulfilling lives. By adopting these practices, we not only improve our relationship with others but also deepen our understanding of ourselves. In this journey of self-mastery, we find the true essence of Buddhist wisdom, a life rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and inner tranquility. 2. Buddhism and emotional self-control. Buddhism, with its profound teachings on mindfulness and self-awareness, offers a powerful toolkit for emotional self-control. One of the core practices within Buddhist philosophy is meditation, a practice that not only calms the mind but also helps individuals observe their thoughts and emotions with clarity and detachment. This is crucial for maintaining emotional balance, especially in the face of strong feelings like anger, fear, or frustration. In this exploration, I will dive deeper into how meditation can be a transformative practice for controlling emotions, and how modern life can be integrated with these ancient techniques for lasting peace and emotional resilience. Meditation, more than just sitting in silence. When many people think of meditation, they may picture sitting still in silence for long periods, trying to clear the mind of all thoughts. While this is a part of meditation, it is only one aspect of a much more nuanced and dynamic practice. Meditation, in the Buddhist sense, is about cultivating mindfulness, which is the art of paying attention to the present moment with full awareness, without judgment or attachment. Through meditation, we learn to observe ourselves in a truthful way. We become aware of our thoughts and emotions as they arise, and we can choose to respond mindfully rather than react impulsively. In my own journey, one of the most powerful lessons I have learned through meditation is how to confront emotions, particularly anger, without allowing them to control my actions. Whenever anger rises within me, instead of lashing out or holding on to it, I pause. I stop and observe the feeling of anger, recognizing it without judgment. I remind myself that emotions, including anger, are temporary, they come and go. By simply observing them, I allow the emotion to pass naturally, rather than acting on it impulsively. This practice of pausing and observing has been a life-changing tool for cultivating emotional self-control. Different meditation techniques for emotional mastery. Buddhism offers a wide variety of meditation techniques, each designed to cultivate different aspects of emotional well-being. Two of the most common types of meditation in the Buddhist tradition are mindfulness meditation and loving-kindness meditation, both of which are highly effective in managing emotions. Mindfulness meditation, this is perhaps the most well-known form of meditation, particularly in the West. In mindfulness meditation, the practitioner focuses on the breath, observing the inhalation and exhalation without interference or judgment. The goal is to develop awareness of the present moment, cultivating an attitude of non-reactivity to whatever arises in the mind. As thoughts, feelings, and sensations arise, the practitioner simply observes them without attachment, which allows for greater emotional stability. By practicing mindfulness meditation regularly, We become more aware of our emotional triggers. We notice when our emotions begin to rise, whether it's anger, frustration, or anxiety, without being swept away by them. In my experience, this practice of observing emotions as they come and go has been instrumental in preventing negative emotional reactions from taking over my actions. Loving-kindness meditation, metta bhavana. Another key meditation practice in Buddhism is loving-kindness meditation, also known as metta meditation. This practice involves focusing on cultivating feelings of love, compassion, and goodwill toward oneself and others. While it might seem unrelated to emotional self-control at first glance, it plays a crucial role in managing negative emotions. When we cultivate compassion for ourselves, we are less likely to be harsh with our emotions. Instead of criticizing ourselves for feeling angry, anxious, or sad, we can approach these feelings with kindness and understanding. Similarly, by extending loving kindness toward others, even those who may have upset us, we create an emotional environment that fosters empathy, forgiveness, and calmness. In times of emotional turmoil, remembering the practice of loving kindness can help us transform hostile or reactive emotions into opportunities for growth and understanding. Incorporating meditation into modern life. One of the greatest challenges of modern life is finding time to meditate amidst our busy schedules. In the past, meditation may have seemed like a practice reserved for those with quiet, contemplative lifestyles. But this is not the case. Buddhism teaches that meditation can be integrated into any moment of our day, no matter how busy or hectic life may seem. For example, walking meditation is a wonderful practice that can be done during your daily walk or even when walking around your home or workplace. In walking meditation, you bring full awareness to the act of walking, each step, each breath, cultivating a mindful presence in the midst of daily tasks. This can be especially helpful when feeling overwhelmed or anxious, as the rhythmic motion of walking combined with deep, mindful awareness can calm the mind and regulate emotions. Another way to incorporate meditation into modern life is through what I call mindful working. This involves bringing mindfulness to your work tasks. Whether it's answering emails, making phone calls, or even cleaning your space, the idea is to do each task with full awareness, focusing on the process and letting go of any distractions or emotional reactions that may arise. This helps to prevent emotional overwhelm and improves focus and productivity. The transformative power of meditation for emotional self-control. The beauty of meditation is that it does not only work in isolated, quiet moments of the day. Meditation becomes a way of life, a practice that can be applied to any situation, at any moment. Through regular meditation practice, we develop a deep sense of emotional self-awareness that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and calmness. We become more resilient in the face of stress, more patient with ourselves and others, and more mindful in our responses to the world around us. Moreover, meditation aligns perfectly with the Buddhist principle of non-attachment. Emotions, as transient as they are, can often feel like they define us. We may become so identified with our anger, sadness, or anxiety that we act as if they are permanent parts of who we are. Meditation teaches us to observe these emotions without attachment, seeing them as passing phenomena rather than fixed states of being. This detachment allows us to maintain our sense of self, no matter what emotions arise. Conclusion: the path to emotional freedom. Emotional self-control, as taught in Buddhism, is not about repressing or denying our feelings. Instead, it is about cultivating the awareness and wisdom to face our emotions with honesty and clarity. By integrating meditation into our daily lives, we can create the emotional resilience needed to navigate life with peace and understanding. Through the Buddhist Philosophy channel, we explore these practices in greater depth, helping you not only understand but also embody the teachings of Buddhism in your own life. Whether through mindfulness, loving kindness, or walking meditation, these tools provide a path to emotional self-mastery. By cultivating the power of stillness, observation, and compassion, we can move toward a life of greater emotional freedom and inner peace. Conclusion: the path to emotional freedom. Emotional self-control, as taught in Buddhism, is not about repressing or denying our feelings. Instead, it is about cultivating the awareness and wisdom to face our emotions with honesty and clarity. By integrating meditation into our daily lives, we can create the emotional resilience needed to navigate life with peace and understanding. 3. Why bringing meditation into daily life matters. Conclusion: the path to emotional freedom. Emotional self-control, as taught in Buddhism, is not about repressing or denying our feelings. Instead, it is about cultivating the awareness and wisdom to face our emotions with honesty and clarity. By integrating meditation into our daily lives, we can create the emotional resilience needed to navigate life with peace and understanding. Buddhism teaches us the profound power of mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. Mindfulness is not simply a meditative state that we access when we sit in silence, but a way of life that can be integrated into every action, thought, and experience. The goal of mindfulness in Buddhism is not to escape the world or avoid our emotions, but to engage with them more fully, with an open heart and clear mind. This practice helps us navigate the complexities of life, promoting emotional balance, focus, and overall well-being. Conclusion: the path to emotional freedom. Emotional self-control, as taught in Buddhism, is not about repressing or denying our feelings. Instead, it is about cultivating the awareness and wisdom to face our emotions with honesty and clarity. By integrating meditation into our daily lives, we can create the emotional resilience needed to navigate life with peace and understanding. Mindfulness beyond meditation, integrating it into everyday life. In our modern, fast-paced world, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or disconnected from the present moment. We often rush from task to task, consumed by worries about the past or future. And in doing so, we lose touch with the richness of the present. But mindfulness teaches us that even the most mundane moments hold the potential for deep awareness and peace. The core of mindfulness is about bringing our full attention to what we are doing, without allowing our minds to wander. It's about engaging fully with the experience. Whether we're eating, walking, working, or simply sitting in stillness. In Buddhism, mindfulness is seen as a pathway to understanding the impermanent nature of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It helps us recognize that everything, including our feelings, is temporary and ever-changing. This realization allows us to let go of attachment and view life with a greater sense of peace and clarity. Mindfulness in action, the power of everyday practices. Mindfulness is not confined to meditation cushions or serene, quiet moments. In fact, some of the most profound mindfulness practices occur in the midst of daily life. I have personally found that the most transformative moments come when I am fully immersed in simple, everyday activities. By practicing mindfulness during routine actions, I can bring a sense of calm and presence to even the busiest or most stressful times. For instance, when I'm eating, I try to fully engage in the sensory experience. I focus on the taste, texture, and smell of the food in front of me. I notice the colors and the way the food feels in my mouth, savoring each bite as though it were the most important moment in my day. This simple act of being present with my meal not only enhances the enjoyment of food, but it also grounds me in the present moment, helping me detach from worries or anxieties that might arise. Similarly, when I'm walking, I make a conscious effort to notice the sensation of my feet on the ground. With each step, I pay attention to the way my body moves, the feeling of the air on my skin, and the sights and sounds around me. It's a simple practice, but it has an incredible power to calm the mind and bring clarity to my thoughts. By being fully present during the walk, I can release any tension in my body and mind, and reconnect with the peace that comes from simply being alive. The power of mindfulness in stressful situations. Mindfulness, especially in moments of stress or emotional turbulence, is a powerful tool for emotional self-regulation. When we encounter challenging situations, whether it's a difficult conversation, a stressful work deadline, or an argument with a loved one, our natural tendency is often to react impulsively, letting our emotions dictate our actions. But mindfulness gives us the space to pause before we react. In those moments, instead of immediately giving into anger, frustration, or anxiety, I take a deep breath and return to the present moment. I remind myself that my emotions are temporary and that they don't need to control me. By simply observing my thoughts and feelings without judgment, I am able to gain perspective and make more thoughtful, measured decisions. This pause between stimulus and reaction is where emotional transformation happens. It allows us to respond with wisdom rather than react with impulsivity. Mindfulness improves focus, creativity, and overall well-being. In addition to helping with emotional balance, mindfulness has far-reaching effects on other aspects of our lives. One of the most noticeable benefits of mindfulness is its ability to enhance focus and concentration. When we practice mindfulness regularly, we train our minds to stay in the present moment and avoid distractions. This focus extends not only to meditation but to our work, relationships, and creative endeavors. For example, when I'm working on a project, I make an effort to be fully engaged in the task at hand. Instead of multitasking or letting my mind wander, I bring my full attention to the work, one step at a time. This allows me to be more productive, creative, and efficient. In fact, I often find that when I practice mindfulness in my work, my ideas flow more easily, and I approach challenges with a clear, calm mind. Mindfulness also plays a crucial role in improving overall well-being. By cultivating a greater awareness of our thoughts and emotions, we develop a deeper understanding of our true needs and desires. We begin to let go of unnecessary attachments and desires that cause suffering, and we become more in tune with what truly brings us happiness and peace. Whether it's through mindfulness practices like meditation, mindful eating, or simply paying attention to our breath, these small moments of presence add up to create a more fulfilling and balanced life. Mindfulness in relationships, cultivating presence with others. Mindfulness also plays an essential role in how we relate to others. In our interactions with friends, family, and colleagues, it is easy to become distracted or reactive. We may listen without truly hearing, speak without thinking, or respond impulsively without considering the other person's feelings. Mindfulness teaches us to be fully present in our relationships, to listen deeply, and to respond with compassion and understanding. When I am with someone, I try to focus all my attention on them, without allowing distractions or judgments to interfere. I listen not only to their words but also to their tone, their body language, and the emotions behind what they're saying. This kind of mindful listening allows me to connect more deeply with others, fostering healthier, more compassionate relationships. Conclusion: bringing mindfulness into everyday life. The practice of mindfulness is a lifelong journey. It's about continually coming back to the present moment, again and again, without judgment. Whether we're meditating, walking, eating, or interacting with others, mindfulness helps us cultivate emotional balance, clarity, and well-being. It helps us create a space between stimulus and reaction, so we can choose how to respond with wisdom, compassion, and grace. By bringing mindfulness into our daily lives, we transform our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. We begin to see everything as an opportunity for awareness and growth. Each moment, no matter how small, becomes an invitation to live more fully, to be more present, and to experience life in its deepest, most profound way. 4. Other methods to help manage emotions. In the Buddhist teachings, managing emotions is an integral part of our spiritual growth. While meditation and mindfulness are two of the most effective methods for cultivating emotional balance, there are other practices that can further help us develop a calm, peaceful mind. These practices, though seemingly simple, are powerful tools for enhancing our emotional well-being, promoting happiness, and allowing us to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and wisdom. Gratitude, shifting our focus to the present moment. One of the most transformative practices I've discovered on my spiritual journey is the practice of gratitude. While Buddhism emphasizes the impermanent nature of all things, it also teaches us to appreciate the present moment. The practice of gratitude is a way to bring us back to the now, reminding us that, in this very moment, we have much to be thankful for. Every day, I make it a habit to write down a short list of things I'm grateful for. This simple yet powerful practice has allowed me to shift my focus from what I lack to what I already have. It helps me see the beauty in the ordinary, the gifts in the everyday. By actively reflecting on the positive aspects of my life, I find that my anxieties and worries about what I don't have fade away. Gratitude has not only made me a happier person, but it has also taught me to respond to life's challenges with a more positive outlook. When we practice gratitude, we are less likely to dwell on negative emotions or external circumstances. Instead, we embrace the present moment with an open heart, knowing that we have everything we need to be at peace. The Buddha's teachings often remind us of the importance of contentment, satisfaction with what we have in the present moment. Gratitude is a beautiful way to cultivate this quality. By appreciating the little things, we let go of our cravings for more. And in doing so, we free ourselves from the suffering caused by attachment. Exercise, the body and mind connection. In addition to gratitude, one of the most effective ways to manage our emotions is through physical exercise. Buddhism teaches us that the mind and body are deeply interconnected. When we neglect our bodies, our minds can become restless and unsettled. Likewise, when our minds are unbalanced, our bodies can also feel tense and out of harmony. Exercise has the power to release pent-up energy and emotions. It's a practice that not only strengthens the body but also calms the mind. Physical activity, particularly aerobic exercise like walking, jogging, or yoga, releases endorphins, natural chemicals in the brain that improve mood and promote a sense of well-being. Through exercise, we create space in our minds to reflect, release tension, and let go of emotional burdens. I've personally found that a simple walk in nature or a session of mindful yoga can help me clear my mind and regain emotional equilibrium. When we engage in exercise with full awareness, we can use it as a form of moving meditation, staying present with each breath, each movement, and each sensation in our body. This allows us to release stress and negative emotions, leaving us feeling refreshed and revitalized. Journaling, gaining clarity through reflection. Another valuable method for managing emotions is journaling. The act of writing down our thoughts and feelings can help us process complex emotions and gain deeper insight into ourselves. In Buddhism, there's a concept called self-reflection or introspection, which involves examining our thoughts, actions, and motivations. Journaling is a powerful tool for this practice. allowing us to externalize our internal experiences and gain a clearer perspective. Through journaling, we can process our emotions in a healthy way. Writing down our feelings of anger, sadness, or frustration allows us to understand them without becoming consumed by them. We create a safe space where we can express ourselves freely, without fear of judgment or suppression. By reflecting on our thoughts and experiences, we can identify patterns of thinking that may contribute to negative emotions, and we can consciously work to shift them. Journaling also offers us the opportunity to celebrate our triumphs, no matter how small. By recording moments of joy, progress, and personal growth, we reinforce a positive mindset and remind ourselves of our resilience. This practice can be an act of self-compassion, a way to honor our journey and our ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. Learning to say no, setting healthy boundaries. In a world that constantly demands our time, attention, and energy, it's crucial to learn the art of saying no. Buddhism teaches us that one of the main causes of suffering is attachment, not only to material things but also to our own desires and the expectations of others. Often, we say yes to things out of a sense of obligation, fear of disappointing others, or the desire to please. This constant giving can leave us feeling overwhelmed, drained, and emotionally unbalanced. By learning to say no, we set healthy boundaries that protect our emotional and mental well-being. Setting boundaries doesn't mean we are selfish or uncaring, rather, it means we recognize our limits and honor our own needs. When we say no to something, we are saying yes to ourselves. We are allowing space for self-care, for reflection, and for activities that nourish our mind and soul. Saying no can be particularly challenging in a world that often values busyness and productivity. However, by saying no when it is necessary, we create more space for mindfulness, reflection, and peace. We prevent ourselves from becoming overextended, ensuring that we have the emotional energy to face life's challenges with a calm and clear mind. Other additional methods: finding balance in life. There are many other techniques we can employ to manage our emotions and cultivate peace within. These methods include deep breathing. Practicing deep breathing exercises is one of the quickest ways to calm the mind and body. By taking slow, deep breaths, we activate the body's relaxation response, which helps reduce stress and anxiety. Mindful listening. When we truly listen to others without judgment or interruption, we deepen our connections and create a sense of harmony in our relationships. This act of listening is a form of mindfulness that allows us to stay present and avoid emotional reactivity. Connecting with nature. Spending time in nature, whether it's walking in the park or sitting by the ocean, helps us reconnect with the natural world and find peace in its simplicity. Nature has a calming effect on our nervous system and provides a refuge from the stresses of daily life. Engaging in creative activities, whether it's painting, playing music, or gardening. Engaging in creative activities can be an outlet for emotional expression and a source of joy. These activities help us tap into our inner wisdom and bring us into the present moment. Compassionate acts. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of compassion, not only toward others but also toward ourselves. Practicing small acts of kindness and generosity can help shift our focus away from our own worries and toward the well-being of others. Conclusion: a holistic approach to emotional management. Incorporating these methods, gratitude, exercise, journaling, setting boundaries, and more, into our daily lives can help us manage our emotions with greater ease and balance. Each of these practices aligns with the Buddha's teachings on mindfulness, self-reflection, and compassion. They allow us to be more present with our emotions, rather than being controlled by them. Through mindfulness and these additional practices, we can cultivate an emotional landscape that supports peace, joy, and inner freedom. Just as a garden requires constant care, so too does our mind and spirit. By nurturing these practices, we find that we not only improve our emotional health but also deepen our connection to the present moment, to ourselves, and to the world around us. 5. Conclusion: mastering emotions is a continuous process. In the Buddhist teachings, we are reminded that life is a series of cycles: birth, growth, decay, and renewal. Similarly, mastering our emotions is not a single moment of triumph, but an ongoing process that requires diligence, patience, and wisdom. This journey of emotional mastery is not about eliminating emotions entirely but learning to understand, accept, and transform them with compassion and mindfulness. In this section, I'd like to offer further insights on how we can apply Buddhist teachings to master our emotions and embrace the challenges that come our way with serenity and grace. The continuous process of mastery. One of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is that nothing is permanent. Emotions, like everything else in life, are fleeting and impermanent. The key to emotional mastery lies not in suppressing or avoiding our emotions but in understanding their transient nature. This awareness allows us to view emotions as they arise, not as permanent parts of ourselves, but as temporary waves that will inevitably pass. Just as we practice mindfulness during meditation, we can also practice mindfulness with our emotions. The first step is to notice when emotions arise. Whether it's frustration, sadness, or anxiety. Instead of reacting impulsively or getting swept away by the emotion, we pause and take a step back, allowing ourselves to observe the feeling without judgment. This practice of mindfulness helps us develop emotional awareness, which is crucial in preventing emotions from overwhelming us. The role of patience in emotional mastery. Buddhism teaches that patience is a virtue, and it is essential for emotional balance. When we are faced with challenging emotions, our instinct may be to push them away or to try to fix them. However, this often leads to further internal conflict. Instead, patience allows us to sit with our emotions, acknowledging them without rushing to change them. Through patience, we cultivate the wisdom to know that emotions are natural responses to our environment and experiences, but they do not define us. Just as we would tend to a garden, we tend to our emotions with patience, allowing them to grow, change, and eventually fade, knowing that they are not permanent. The power of daily practice. Mastering emotions is not something that can be accomplished in a single day. It is a lifelong practice that requires consistent effort. The Buddha's teachings remind us that true change comes gradually, one step at a time. This is why daily practice is essential. For instance, I begin my day with meditation. Meditation is the foundation for cultivating inner peace and emotional stability. Even just 10 minutes of focused breathing and mindfulness can set the tone for the rest of the day. Through daily meditation, we strengthen our ability to stay grounded, regardless of external circumstances. In addition to meditation, I practice gratitude every evening. Each night before bed, I reflect on 3 things I am grateful for that day. This simple act shifts my focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in my life. Gratitude is an antidote to negative emotions, helping us replace thoughts of scarcity with thoughts of abundance. By appreciating the present moment, we foster emotional resilience and cultivate a positive mindset. Deep breathing is another technique that I rely on during stressful moments. When faced with anxiety or frustration, I take several slow, deep breaths, allowing the oxygen to fill my body and calm my nervous system. This practice instantly grounds me in the present moment and reminds me that I can control how I respond to external circumstances. Embracing the challenges. As we continue on the path of emotional mastery, we must remember that challenges will arise. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's in these moments of difficulty that we can practice our emotional resilience. The Buddha taught that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it is also the very source of our awakening. Through suffering, we learn compassion, patience, and mindfulness. When difficult emotions arise, we are presented with an opportunity to practice awareness and acceptance. Instead of avoiding or denying our feelings, we can observe them with curiosity and compassion. The emotions we experience are messengers, and they provide us with valuable insights into our inner world. When we learn to listen to them without judgment, we transform them into opportunities for growth and wisdom. This doesn't mean that we should strive for perfection. We are all human, and there will be moments when we slip into old habits or get caught in the grip of a strong emotion. But what matters is how quickly we return to our practices and how gently we treat ourselves in the process. The path to emotional mastery is not linear, it's filled with detours, setbacks, and moments of triumph. Each small step counts, and every moment of awareness is a victory. The importance of self-compassion. In our pursuit of emotional mastery, we must also remember the importance of self-compassion. Buddhism emphasizes the concept of loving kindness, or metta, which involves extending warmth, care, and goodwill toward ourselves and others. When we are facing emotional struggles, it's easy to become critical of ourselves, believing that we should be better or stronger. However, this self-criticism only deepens our suffering and prevents healing. Instead, we practice self-compassion by acknowledging our emotions without judgment. We treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend who is struggling. By embracing ourselves fully, both our strengths and our weaknesses, we create the conditions for emotional healing and growth. The journey, not the destination. The ultimate message here is that mastering emotions is a continuous journey, not a final destination. There will always be room for growth, learning, and deepening our understanding of ourselves. The more we practice mindfulness, patience, gratitude, and self-compassion, the more we cultivate emotional resilience and inner peace. The Buddha's teachings remind us that life is ever-changing, and so too are our emotions. We can't control the external world or the circumstances that provoke our emotions, but we can control how we respond to them. Through consistent practice, we can find balance in the midst of chaos, calm in the face of stormy emotions, and clarity when things seem unclear. Encouragement for your journey. If you're ready to take control of your emotions, start by integrating one of the techniques I've shared into your daily life. Begin with meditation, deep breathing, or a simple gratitude practice. Over time, you will notice subtle changes in your emotional responses and mental clarity. Remember, mastering your emotions is not about perfection, it's about progress. Even small, consistent efforts will yield profound results. If you need guidance along the way, consider seeking resources or consulting with a qualified meditation teacher who can provide you with personalized practices and wisdom. With patience and dedication, you can experience a more peaceful, fulfilling life, grounded in the present moment. The path is yours to walk, and every step forward brings you closer to a deeper understanding of your true self and your emotional landscape. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on meditation, mindfulness, and Buddhist philosophy. Join me on this journey as we continue to explore the transformative power of self-awareness and emotional mastery. Together, we can create a more peaceful world, one moment, one breath at a time.